I thought I'd just make this video to explain some of the actual real-world costs of owning and running a car like the BMW M3, or specifically the BMW M3. I'll go through things like the insurance costs, tax, fuel, tyres, things like that. Because it's alright people saying that they're expensive, but that means different things to different people really, doesn't it? So I figured I'd give some people that are interested in or looking at buying one some actual figures. I guess we'll start off with the price of the car. When I bought it, it's a second-hand car, so it's used. It's 2009 reg model. It's the Alpine edition, which doesn't mean much, to be honest, apart from the fact that it's got a couple of little extras or a couple of slight colour changes over the standard model. So that probably added on to the price a little bit. The car itself cost £31,000, I think 31,500, something like that, somewhere around 31,000, and that was taxed already. So I've not actually had to pay tax, but I believe it's in the highest bracket, so it'd be £450, something like that for the year. You can get M3s the same type, the E92 type, for a lot cheaper than 31,000. I think I've seen some on Auto Trader for about 26,000. Obviously they might have a few more miles on. I think this one had, I think it was 18,000 miles when I got it. But it's all great condition, all pretty much as new, apart from the tyres. And speaking of tyres, I got through the tyres that were on it in about a week when I picked it up. I mean, with it being my first rear-wheel drive car, obviously the first thing you want to do is do some donuts and slide it around a bit. But that does obviously destroy the tyres. So they lasted about a week or two. And then I went to buy some more tyres and was quite surprised how expensive they are. I mean, my other car is a Seat Leon Cupra R, which is by no means a sports car, but it's kind of the sportiest version of the Leon that there is. And the tyres for that were fairly expensive. They were like £180–190 each. So I was expecting sort of similar price, I don't know, £200, something like that. But these are £300 each for the M3. So to replace both the rear tyres cost me £600, which is quite a lot more than I was expecting. But I don't think it's worth kind of cheaping out on tyres, because they're kind of the one thing that's sticking you to the road. So I'd rather pay a bit more and know that I've got decent grippy tyres on there. But the only problem is I've still enjoyed doing burnouts and donuts and things, so these tyres are pretty much knackered as well now. And they've only been on there for about a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. So be warned, you will get through quite a lot of tyres if you're anything like me, and they are quite expensive. So moving on to insurance, obviously this will vary quite a bit between different people based on your age, how many points you've got, where you live, things like that. But for me, I'm 25 years old and it's kept in a garage overnight, and I've got 6 years no claims bonus, but I've got 2 speeding tickets, so 6 points on my licence. For me, with all that, it's I think £1,500 for a year, fully comp. So it's expensive. It's not absolutely astronomical, but that's with the 6 years no claims. And what's annoying about insurance, amongst other things, is that you can't use your no claims bonus on more than one car. So even though it's me that's earned the no claims, I'm the one that's not claimed for 6 years on 6 different cars or whatever. Well, not 6 different cars, but on a few different cars. I can't use my no claims to cover my other car. So that means my other car, the Seat Leon Cupra, that's costing me about £1,400 as well, because I'm having to insure that with no claims. So it's all a huge con, as insurance always is, but there's not a lot I can do about it. What else? Fuel economy is pretty terrible, as you would expect. Going by the readouts on the dash that give you like an average miles per gallon readout, I'm getting roughly 16 miles to the gallon most of the time. It's never really been much above that. Even when I reset it and try and drive sensibly, it only goes to about 19, 20. So you definitely won't get a lot of value out of fuel in this car. But then it's a big V8 engine, so you kind of expect that. But I think even compared to other similar sized V8s, it's quite bad on the fuel economy, the M3. I think that's about it, really, in terms of actual costs, day-to-day running. Oh, one other thing is that it does get through oil quicker than any other car I've owned. Not to say it gets through it quickly, but just quicker than any other car that I've personally owned. I've only had to fill it up once so far in, what, 2 or 3 months. And it wasn't completely empty or anything, it just came up with a warning on the dash just saying, please add 1 litre of oil, something like that. So we just went and bought a litre of oil, stuck it in, and it's not complained again. So it's not a major cost or anything, but it's just something worth mentioning. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else that actually costs money on the car. The main thing obviously is fuel and tyres. But of course, if you drive it sensibly and don't do slides and drifts and donuts and things, then you won't get through tyres anywhere near as quick. But I'm pretty sure most people won't drive a car like this sensibly. That's kind of the whole point of having a car like this, really, isn't it? But yeah, I hope that's been helpful for anyone that's looking at buying one. I'm going to do another couple of videos on things that I like about the car and things that I don't like about the car, which will hopefully also be useful to anyone that's actually thinking about buying one. So yeah, we'll post them soon. Until then, goodbye.